All right, I want to welcome back Chris the Crippler Leben to the show. He has a another fight coming up here, man. But first off, I wanted to say, Chris, a lot of dudes say they never felt better, but I gotta say, honestly, you look the part, dude. You look like you've never felt better.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, it's true. Never felt better, and life is good right now.
What's the regimen, man? I know, obviously, a lot of things, are in your past, but other than that, like, what's like a regular day look like for you?
Well, I wake up at 5 in the morning. I go into the gym. I teach a couple private lessons, and then I train. I do my own training, and then usually I'll go do cryotherapy. Go home, eat some lunch, try to take a nap for an hour or two, play with the family, and I'm back at the gym at 4 for team training, and then I teach for a couple hours at night. Go home, spend some time with the family, so it's a full day every day.
For sure. And of course, the arena gym, it looks like, on social media, man, it looks like that is going, it couldn't be going any better, it looks like.
Yeah, no, the arena's awesome. I've been at the arena in San Diego now for 3.5, 4 years, and it's really, we're like a big family. I mean, phenomenal coaches. We all work well together. We've got a great fight team. Ton of classes, ton of mat space. It's a great spot to be.
So you and I are exactly 1 month apart. You're born, obviously, July 21st, 1980. I am August 21st, 1980. So, going along those lines, for us older guys.
So I'm your elder is what you're saying.
You are my elder by exactly 30 days, man. But, for us older guys, I wanted to say, man, this doesn't look like a money grab, man. It looks like you have you've almost rekindled or refound like your spark, this love of this fight game. Would that be fair to say?
Definitely. I mean, I really had to, you kind of touched on it earlier, when you're saying, a lot of the stuff I used to do. I mean, I think the biggest part is, all the things in my life that I cut out, and then, just totally focusing on, just health, and the quality of my life physically and mentally. It's really given me the ability to, and I love the sport. I love training. Now I embrace it so much more than I did. When I had all this other stuff going on in my life, all these things pulling me in different directions, I couldn't focus the way I can now. Now being older, coaching and training guys, refereeing, and finally being able to come back and compete again myself. I give it 100%, and I'm really just trying to progress.
I hear you, man. It's crazy because, not only do we have the birthday thing that's kind of similar, but we both have very similar pasts. And, I tell you, man, I think back at some of the shit I did. I'm sure you do too. And it's like, I don't know how I had fucking time to do that because I'm sober today and I don't even have time in a day to get stuff done that I want to,
Right.
How did I manage?
It's somehow I always manage to.
That's true.
That's the sad thing is you look at how much time and energy I put into other factors that were unproductive. I could have been running a Fortune 500 company for the amount of time and energy I put into, we'll call it my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I mean, now I really, truly, I guess, coming from that, yes, maybe I'm a little bit older than the average guy competing, but I feel better than I ever have because I was, doing that and still trying to compete at the highest level. Take that out, and it's a cakewalk.
Yeah, no, I feel you 100%, man. And of course, this is gonna be your second bare knuckle fight. Your first with BKFC. I think this is a tremendous move, man. You're fighting a guy in Justin Baesman, who he's not the biggest name out there, and I've heard actually some people say that this is a can and Leben should walk over this guy. But this is my point, man. And I wanted to ask you. This guy's fighting Chris fucking Leben. This is a Super Bowl for this dude. This dude's gonna be training his balls off to fight you. So this is a super dangerous fight for you. Right? I mean, that's the way I see it.
That's exactly it. It's one of those things where you go back and you look at the guy's record, and as of recently, he's got some losses, but this guy's also beat some high-level UFC guys. He's fought in Bellator, you know, and watching his fights, he's a dangerous guy, and I think much like my style, you know, he's kind of cut out for this bare knuckle thing, you know. So it's one of those things where it's, you know, it's kind of a lose-lose for me in some ways. You know what I mean?
100% agree.
Like this guy, he's got nothing to lose. He's going to come out swinging for the fences, you know. And if I get sucked into that game, well, you know, when you take the gloves off and you got two guys that hit as hard as we do, I mean, anything can happen. So, you know, having that in mind, you know, I'm preparing for the best Justin Baesman the world has ever seen. You know, I watched all his fights. You know, I watched the ones he did great in. I watched what he did. You know, and I'm treating this like I was fighting for the world title. I'm doing everything I can possibly do to, you know, dot my I's, cross my T's, and perform come Saturday night when I get in there.
So awesome, man. I know you will. You know that it's the right move for you to train like it's going to be the best Baesman because you know you're going to get it. He's fighting you. So this is, like I said, man, you know, this is a huge fight for him, but even a bigger opportunity for you because like you said, man, I don't know if a lot of guys in your position would have taken this fight because like you said, it is a lose-lose, man, but that just shows your character. You don't give a shit. You're not in this for the money, man. You're in this because you love it. I take my hat off to you. I want to give you time here to shout out your coaches, whatever you like, man. The floor is yours, Chris.
You know, you already talked about my gym, the arena. My two biggest sponsors are Genesis Recovery and Boardwalk Recovery here in San Diego. Other than that, man, you know, I'm so grateful to, you know, be back to being healthy, being able to compete. You know, I'm stoked that BKFC is you know, has invited me to come fight for them. You know, and I'm gonna leave it in the ring. I'm gonna go out there and perform for them on Saturday night.
It's a really good night of fights, man. Saturday night. It's going to be April already. I can't even believe it. April 6th. Got Jason Knight and Artem Lobov at the top of the card. A lot of former UFC guys, man, on this. Chase Sherman, of course, yourself. So, yeah, man, a really solid card. Everybody should pick it up. And best of luck to you, Chris.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Take care, brother.